Well, hey, all you viewers to play later, how we doing today? I know, this is a weird one, okay? But we're going to kind of hold this up just for a moment for the thumbnail. Maybe. I don't know. But this one, as you see, is when is a mistake not a mistake? I'm going to call this part 2. Alright, now in that video I talked about how I messed up some stuff in my Custodes force, and I had to go back and make some corrections. I had to go out and buy another extra box of Wardens, like I said. I needed 2 of them, so that left me 3. And inside the combat patrol, you get, I believe it's 5 guard. Yeah, it's 5 guard. I had to use 2, so that left me 3 extras. And I'm like, okay, so I've got 6 Custodes laying around that realistically I can't use. And then it dawned on me, hey dummy, what about for your Horus Heresy force? Granted, a lot of these miniatures can interchange, okay? But what if you did something a little different, a little change, and let's see what we can do with it. So first up, I converted the Custodian guards into the Sentinel Guard squad. Each member of the Sentinel Guard squad, well, there's 3 Sentinels, so whoo, that worked out for me, didn't it? I mean, you can put another 7 in there, so I can always expand it at a later date. They have the Warblade and the Shield, so they got the swords and boards. Now, I'm not going to show you all 3. I'm only going to do 1 because I started to experiment a little bit around. Now, this is what I came up with. I know he looks a little dark and whatnot, but I wanted it that way. Custodes, Horus Heresy, what are they doing? After the burning of Prospero, you never really heard about them until the siege of the Emperor's Palace, right? So every Custode, not to mention they want their armor to be bright, shiny, and bringing the light of the Emperor to the unjust, you're going to be filthy and grimy. So instead of doing a gold base, I went with a bronze base. Gave it a Basilicanum gray wash all over the place to make them really dark and really nasty. And took a couple golds and highlighted it up from there. Instead of really doing more red on the inside like I have in 40k, I wanted to have bare bones metal like on the shield itself. Like, I don't know, maybe it's been bashed and smashed. Maybe the technology hasn't improved to that point. I don't know. For the Warblade itself, I went simplistic. It was a thing of Army Painter, Plate, Mail, and Frostheart contrast paint right out of the pot. So I really wanted it to look a little different. Granted, I went with my traditional, the red plume, but I'm going to fix that in a moment too for something else. So I've got 3 of these guys. God, come on, get in there. Hopefully you're able to see a lot of that. I really like how that turned out for a 30k Custode. Something different, something a little off, something I could see fighting throughout the Palace of Terror, keeping the forces of chaos at bay and sending the demons back to the warp. I can easily see that with this guy. Alright, now the second one, I want to make sure I get the name right. That's why I brought down, the codex here. Well, excuse me. The Liber Imperium. Alright, where are you? No. Okay. For the Wardens, like I said, I had 3 left. And I've been looking at this, oh god, I know I'm going to pronounce it right. Heteron Guard Squad? Basically the Emperor's bodyguards, the guys who are with Big E all the time. As it puts it, it's an inner circle within the Custodes. The Heteron Guard serves as the Emperor's closest protectors, aides, and confidants, leaving his side raring, but for the direst of circumstances. There's 3 of them in the unit. Seems to work out great with having 3 Wardens left over, right? And if it's Big E's personal boys, they should look a little different than the Guard. I'm just saying, right? They can have swords and boards. But if you come down, it says, any model in the unit may exchange its sword and board with one of the following options. Guardian Spear. Boom. Done. Well, may exchange its Meridian swords with one of the following options. Guardian Spear. So basically on all these guys, I just went with your stock Warden, and I didn't try to put the boards on. And, like I said, I'm not going to show you all 3. I'm going to show you 1. I wanted something really different. I went with the same brassy undertones with all the washes and everything else to bring it up because Siege of Terror. Gonna be dirty. I don't care where you are in the palace, with everything getting hit, there's going to be dust and everything falling on you. When you're moving from room to room and fighting and everything else going on, you're going to pick up some crap. Here's what I did a little different. As you can see, that strong purple on there. Purple is the color of royalty. I thought about what can I do to distinguish the Heteron Guard from my normal Custodes forces out there. The robes and the plume. Easy said than done. And purple. So please don't ask me to recount all the purples right now. There's like 7 on there and a wash. Well, contrast paint. I've got it all written down in my little book over there, which I'm going to do a video on here in a little bit, because I think they're kind of important to talk about. But I did everything else the exact way, you know, like with the gold on the Guardian Spear, because it was 30k. I wanted to keep that theme going across everything, but I didn't energize the weapon, so it just got a simple plate mail with like an Agrax Earthshade wash, simply because he's sitting right there with Big E. If you're popping that weapon, there's something wrong, right? And I don't think Chaos Forces got that deep into the palace to get near the Emperor. Now granted, I bet a bunch of the Heteron Guard were with him when he stormed Horus's battleship, but still, I didn't think he was there. I just wanted to try something different. So now I've got 3 of them. I didn't waste any parts from any of the other kits that I had to put together. So, was it really a mistake that I made? Or was it the warp reaching out with weird little areas and going, hey Chris, we have things for you to do? Seriously. But we are at the most favorite part of the video for me. Seriously, we really truly are. I want to know your questions, comments, love, hatred, anger. How do you think I did with those? Can you see the thought process? And how do you feel about like a different armor for Horus Heresy forces for the Custodes as opposed to 40k where they're the bright shiny banana boys? Yeah, Major Kill, I know you'll never watch this, but if anybody ever points this out to you, I hate you for doing that to me, but it is God-blessed funny, sir. It really, really, truly is. You know, do you feel the forces should be a little different? Or do you feel they should be one-touch STC right across the board? I don't know, leave me that down below. I really want to know what you think about how I did with these, because I like them. I can see myself buying more Custodes. Okay, better half still sleeping, didn't hear that. Just to do some Horus Heresy forces. Yeah. Hi, I'm Chris. I have a wargaming addiction. Hi. But still, if I made you laugh, made you cringe, made you cry, made you do any of that during this video, and I'm pretty sure that I did, please hit that big old thumbs up. Only going to give you instant karma and help you roll them natural 6s. But there we go, guys. My quick, weird look at what is a mistake, not a mistake. Part 2. I want to thank you for watching this one. I hope you're having a great day today, a safe day today. And one day, Big E willing, I'll see you across the tabletop.